Hi guys, welcome to Sree Trading Buddies. Let's start by actually marking on the 1 minute because we have the new week opening gap. So it's always better to mark the new week opening gap before doing anything else. So this is the new week opening gap here on ES, and the market did crash down completely there and went back to 50% of it and completely back down. Took liquidity, then it was totally range bound since then. So slowly the market would get into the consequent encroachment of this new week opening gap. So where's the consequent encroachment? And that's here. So that's right. So this is the most important part there. 14. That's good. So let me just change those. So that's what is happening here. Market could go back in here and then range bound and go manipulate either back down or back up in those midnight opens, 2 p.m. Pre-market London and London open, pre-market New York and New York open. So there's a lot of manipulation legs that could happen. Or it could be pretty straightforward and it would just knock everything out and just go back up or back down. So a lot of things can happen. I'm not really ruling out anything in there, but I'm just trying to let you know that this is what has happened when the market opened a couple of hours ago. Now let's get into the daily. Okay, so on the daily, you can see that this was Friday, Monday inside, Tuesday it did try to go back up there, brief period, but then close back down. Wednesday it did close up, but just above the body there onto this liquidity zones. And Thursday was a crazy day. Market came all the way back down and went back up and settled somewhere in the middle. This long wick, we did draw the 50% off this wick because that is the most important part there. And at some point of time, the market would try to reach out to these levels, take liquidity, and then march back up if at all it's trying to go. If it is anyway going down, then all these things will be breached and the market will go down. Remember that all this is a huge bullish trend that happened, and you could see that there are a lot of fair value gaps, PE arrays, inefficiency levels, a lot. And so the market would have to come down at some point of time to get those liquidity levels, right? So that's and when is that going to happen? We do not know. So what we have to do is just ensure what we see on the market, what we see on the chart now, that's what we're going to trade. Yes, it'll happen some point of time, but we do not know when exactly. So we cannot keep chasing whatever is there in our memories or dreams. We can only forecast what's in front of us rather than trying to think through something else, which is called prediction. So we're not going to predict the market, we're only going to forecast the market. Now, this is on 4 hours. So on the 4 hours, you can clearly see that the craziness, a lot of range bound activity there. It's not like this. This is a trending market. So anybody who wants to really show what trending market is, this is a trending market. This is a range bound market. Okay, and liquidity taken out, and it's still trending in here, uh, ranging in here, and we'll see whether it comes back into the range or it'll start to move away from that. So that's pretty interesting phenomena that happened there on ES. We need to wait. Yes, there are a lot of people what they're going to do is they're going to really start looking into this trend line liquidity, whatever, whatever, whatever. But for me, if you're looking for shorts, then it has to close well below this, and then we can start looking into shorts, but nothing really for now, because all this is like kind of an inside bars for me, really, because they're not clearly above or below this particular candle. So I'll have to wait and watch for the market to really close below this, and then we can act accordingly. So that's on the ES, quick one. There's not much to really tell about that. Then the other one that we're talking about is Nasdaq, right? So this is a new week opening gap, and market did come back up into this. Consequent encroachment is midpoint here, and the midpoint is somewhere, and the midpoint is here. So let me draw the midpoint because it's going to be an important area. So once we get this midpoint, right? So having that there would really can tell you what actually happened, where are we in terms of the week opening gap, and what to anticipate from the market, right? So that is exactly what we want to do. Now on the daily, let's look into this. So Nasdaq is a bit different from that of ES. So yes, there was a lot of trend there in the market, but each time the liquidity was taken, each time. So you can clearly see that liquidity was taken each and every time there, and so it's in a different state altogether. So yes, there are a lot of inefficiencies downside, but the market is not really saying anything about a downtrend because it's in a crazy uptrend, and I think we got to really just focus on the uptrend for now rather than say market overextended, whatever. No, I'm not really going to talk about overextensions or whatever. See what the market has to offer, and currently it's offering a lot of buy side, so let's go ahead and get bullish. That's the only thing that I'm going to really say. Now, this on the daily, as you can see, this is Friday, and Monday was an inside bar. Tuesday just propped up, but nothing really. Wicks on both sides. Wednesday was a bullish day, and Thursday absolutely matched this. Took liquidity here from this particular candle, and then propped back up and took liquidity here and settled somewhere down in the middle. And Friday was a huge bullish day, huge, and it literally obliterated this particular highs there. And now the market had a new week opening gap, and it's trying to go back up here. So nothing really tells me that the market is bearish. There is on the daily level, you can clearly see that there is some kind of a fair value gap that is forming. And again, you can't really draw a fair value gap now because you need three candles, and then this is one, this is two, and this has to close. Depending on where it closes, that is where you would have to mark down your fair value gap. And if it's too much, then what you do is you take 50% of the fair value gap and try to come up with some kind of an entry points on the smaller time frame. So that's about Nasdaq. Really, there's not much to really say. Um, So on the 4 hours, you can clearly see that the market really didn't do anything in here. It was pretty muted. And this is the kind of an inefficiency that you would really want to draw. Right? It's good to mark down these kind of levels there because that could give you a lot of indications. And so let's see how what the market actually has to offer. But on the 4 hours, it's pretty bullish there. Below, you could see it was bullish, and then there was a lot of range bound activity that happened here. And the market actually came down, took all the inefficiency levels in here, and then moved back up. So market's always right. And now currently we are sitting at the top. We need to understand where the market actually has to go, and this is one of those areas where the market could go back up, right? So let's see. Let's see if the market actually wants to go back up or not, and we can make a call. Now coming back to GC, okay, gold futures. Let's look into, okay, so there is a new week opening up on gold. New week opening up on gold. That's good. And let's clone this. Right. So there was a new week opening gap on gold, and market is still trending down. You can see it's down almost 1%, 0.98% there on gold. So that's on 1 minute. So let's go back to the daily. Now, this price action is just a treat to watch, really, because this is the buy side on the daily, sell side on the daily. You can clearly see the market actually took liquidity here. These were the all-time highs, and the market took liquidity and then went all the way back up. And the market actually did the same thing in here. It did go back up and then push back down. This area was, of course, breached, and this was all taken, and this is the only thing which is not completely fulfilled, really, but that's fine. And then the liquidity is taken, and since then the market is trying to go up. It's not so convincing from a price action standpoint, but again, that's what we have currently, and the market is trying to go down. So there are some inefficiencies down below. So is the market targeting those? Generally, gold, yes, targets those, but it doesn't immediately go down to those levels because gold trades in a pretty different fashion there. It doesn't really care about all those things, but you never know how the market is being manipulated or handled, whatever you want to call. But this is again one kind of an inefficiency level where it targeted and it's coming back down. So that's GC. GC is in a different state altogether for now. That's 62, and even this is my level really. This is a level that it has to take. That's the inefficiency in the market, right? So this is the daily inefficiency level. Of course, there's one more here which it got covered. Then there's this fair value gap. Then there are inefficiency levels which actually got taken out. And then market touched one, two, three, four times, and it's trying to go down. But I just don't feel the convincing part really. So uh, let me hide this for now. Later on, if I want, I can. But that's my 62 level, and I really want the market to head to this direction before, if it is trying to swing down, then really want the market to go up and then swing down. But again, nothing is in my hands. It's not what I want. It's the market presents opportunity, then I'll take it, else that's fine. So on 4 hours, you can clearly see that the market is just ticking around, and this big old range that you have. So if you plot this from here to here, it's in a box. So once you can put a price action in a box, it's range bound, right? So that's the range bound activity that you have. New week opening gap trying to go down. So Where is sell side in here? So automatically, the first thing that you have to do is keep marking the sell side 4-hour SSL. So that's the thing. Then you got the again, this is the 4-hour sell side, and one more 4-hour sell side. So it's pretty crazy. So these are all sell sides. Then you got the inefficiency level in here. Then you, again your sell side. Then you can take the 50% of the wick. So there's a lot. There's a lot to really uncover here on gold. You just got to wait and watch. But the market is actually dumping down now. You can clearly see that the market is actually going down, but it's not really going down in pretty convincing fashion. And this really doesn't really give me the it doesn't really give me any confidence that the market is actually going down, but it might go back up. So you have to wait and watch what the market has to offer. Maybe there's a lot of price action that will be manipulated later on in the day. So we'll see how things go. But for now, there's not much to do. Same thing on the gold spot XAUSD. So I'm just waiting. There's a lot of range bound activity. This is not what where I want to put myself in. So I'll just wait for the market to show what it wants to do. On CL of course is bullish. Where the sale has to go. So currently the market is at 98, sorry, 96.71, but these are the levels there. It has to tap into these markets, but again, those levels are crazy levels, and I don't think you should want the crude oil to actually go to that level because that's danger zone. So I'm hoping the market doesn't go there because it creates a lot of problems there for the common people. So I don't think you should really have that in the market. But again, I'm just anticipating that the markets will come down. And this is 62 level. This is the 50% of it. So hopefully the market takes liquidity in here. There's a deal done, and yeah, some things which are not really in my hands there. But let's see. So that's about it on NQGC and CL. It's CL is up 2% given that there was not a trade deal that happened, and so it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm hoping that the market doesn't cross the $100 mark and then go down to the all-time highs again at whatever the idiotic price there. I just hope it doesn't cross the 115 and then make it a big deal for the common folks. So stay safe, and that's about it. I'll try to touch base again during the London session, but that's it for now. Thanks. Cheers.